Can there be a depiction of the Gospels that is both well-made and binge-worthy in this Netflix era that we live in? Today at Home with Miss Joan, we are reviewing The Chosen. Now, first of all, do I have to start with a disclaimer or a spoiler warning that I'm going to be talking about a show that is about the Bible? But there you go. So if you haven't watched The Chosen and you don't want to be spoiled and what scenes from the Bible they cover, you may not want to watch this video. But if you're interested in The Chosen or if you love The Chosen, I think you'll appreciate this review. So here we go. Why do I think that you'll love The Chosen? First of all, I think that the episodic structure of The Chosen works incredibly well. Let's think about how we have seen Christ portrayed in the past in the media. It's always been a movie. And think about how the movie is set up. You may have miracles that happen, but they are just bang, 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 bang. They have to happen so quickly because you have to move the story towards, of course, the crucifixion by a certain point in the movie. And then, of course, you have to end the movie at the ascension. As a result, you can end up with seeing some miracles, but you don't actually get to see the people who are being touched by the miracles. What The Chosen does incredibly well, because of their episodic structure, because it's a TV series that's intended to last for several seasons, they are able to really give you a rich backstory of the people who receive these miracles.
Do you think it's an accident that I'm here in the middle of the day?
I am rejected by others.
I know. But not by the Messiah.
And you know these things because you are the Christ. I'm going to tell everyone.
I was counting on it.
Think about the woman with the issue of blood. If she is shown in a movie about Christ, it's just a few seconds of her reaching for his garment and being healed. Oh, but in The Chosen, it's one of my favorite episodes because we really are able to see what her life was like before Christ. We're able to see the struggles that she's going through. We're able to see how she felt after she was named as cleansed by the Messiah. In this way, the individual miracles have such a deeper meaning because we're able to connect with these people and we see them in their humanity. The next thing I think you'll love about The Chosen is the disciples. Think about how disciples have been portrayed in past media. They're honestly just a lump of people following Jesus. You may not know who is who. You may know who Simon Peter is, but you don't know a lot of them. In The Chosen, as you watch the series, you learn about each one of them. Everybody has a personality. Everybody has a reason that they are chosen, hence the name. And it really gives the disciples such a wonderful personality, and you can really feel how they connected to each other, how they even argued with each other. And it makes you think about things you wouldn't have thought of before. I never thought of the possibility that Matthew could have been Simon Peter and Andrew's tax collector, and the animosity that would cause between those disciples. But The Chosen is able to delve into those relationships and really give you a rich cultural context of what it could have been like.
Matthew, son of Alphaeus.
Yes.
Follow me.
Me?
Yes, you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? You want me to join you?
Keep moving, street preacher.
Do you have any idea what this guy's done? Do you even know him?
Yes.
Listen, I said to... What are you doing? Where do you think you're going?
Guys, let me go.
Have you lost your mind? You have money. Quintus protects you. No Jew lives as good as you. You're gonna throw it all away.
Yes.
I don't get it. You didn't get it when I chose you either.
But this is different. I'm not a tax collector.
Get used to different.
The next thing you'll appreciate about The Chosen is the depiction of Christ. I honestly think the depiction of Christ is the best that I have seen in media. He is equal parts kind, empathetic, humorous. You're able to see how he reacts to the disciples when they ask questions that we might deem as silly or what in the world are you thinking? But he is able to guide them in such a beautiful way.
You wanted to use the power of God to bring down fire, to burn these people up?
Well, it sounds a lot worse when you say it that way.
In so many movies about Christ, he comes across as just a man who walks around spitting parables over and over again. And in The Chosen, yes, he is fully God, but you can also see that he is fully man. You see him get tickled about things. You see that he needs to eat. You see that he needs to rest. You see all of these facets of what it really would have been like for Christ to take on bodily form. The next thing you will love about The Chosen is the humor. It doesn't feel like humor that is trying to get a laugh out of you. It just comes naturally. Once you learn these disciples and their personalities, you're able to get so tickled at just the look they will give each other. You can read so much into the small moments.
What I heard?
Oh, yeah? What'd you hear?
I heard you looked and couldn't find him.
You guys lost him for practically a whole day, Matthew said.
Now, some questions that people have about The Chosen. The first question that I've heard is it 100% biblically accurate? Well, the answer is no, it's not. I mentioned earlier about how we're given such a rich backstory about the people who received the miracles. We're given such a rich backstory about the disciples. Well, the Bible doesn't tell us everything about the people receiving the miracles or about the disciples. And so the writers of the show have written in, according to historical context, how they think things might have happened, how conversations might have flowed, feelings they might have had towards each other. And I don't think that they are trying to add anything to scripture. I think that they are just trying to give us a full representation of what that person was like. I don't think they are trying to write in anything that is unbiblical, and the scenes that they do that are in the Bible are incredibly well done. I believe they are just adding in backstory so that we can see that person as a person, so that we can see their humanity. The next question I've heard is about the Sermon on the Mount. If you've watched the episodes about the Sermon on the Mount, you will see Jesus preparing and practicing his sermon. And I've heard some Christians take issue with that. To be honest, I loved how they wrote that Jesus was practicing for the Sermon on the Mount. And I think there's two reasons why he might have practiced. Well, the first reason is he is fully God and fully man. Well, if you're fully man, what are you going to have to do before a sermon? Practice, prepare. Ask any good pastor or Sunday school teacher, what do they do before they show up in front of you? They study, they prepare. As a Sunday school teacher myself, I don't just show up in front of my class on Sundays. I've done a lot of studying and preparation and moving things around in the order of which I want to talk to them about it. And we see Christ doing that. And I know some Christians have had an issue with that. Well, the second reason that I think they portrayed it that way, even if he is fully God and he doesn't have to prepare in a way that we would have to prepare, I think he is showing the disciples what they are going to have to do. They are about to carry his mission to literally throughout the whole world. What are they going to have to do? They're going to have to prepare sermons. They're going to have to study and practice.
I share your concern about the opening line, but for different reasons. I think the sermon needs some sort of introduction, an invitation into what, as you have rightly pointed out, will be a complex and at times challenging set of teachings.
What does "you are the salt of the earth" even mean? I'm not good at metaphor.
Salt preserves meat from corruption. It slows its decay. I want my followers to be a people who hold back the evil of the world. Salt also enhances the flavor of things. I want my followers to renew the world and be part of its redemption. Salt can also be mixed with honey and rubbed on the skin for maladies. I want my people to participate in the healing of the world, not its destruction.
Then why not just say that?
Come on, Matthew. Allow me a little poetry, huh? Not everyone is like you. Some people like a little flavor.
And so I took absolutely no issue with that scene, but I know that there are some Christians that did. But those are my reasons why I was totally okay with it. The last thing I want to talk about is how The Chosen should spark your family to ask questions. I know when I've watched it with my family, we'll pause it and ask, hey, why did this happen? Or why did they show that? Or we'll have questions that we ask. Make sure your children know when something is 100% biblically accurate happening within the Bible and when it's something that they may have written in just to help us understand the character more. Make sure your children know that. And I really think that your family will absolutely love The Chosen. It's a beautiful depiction of the Gospels. Right now, when I'm filming this, there are 3 seasons that you can watch on their app. They're currently writing and about to start filming their 4th season. And their app is called The Chosen. It is absolutely free. And so all I did was go to my Roku TV and I went to my ad channels and I searched for The Chosen. And currently they have a picture of Matthew as their opening. And all you have to do is click on it and start watching. Now, I will say, if you've tried The Chosen and you didn't really get into it, I want to ask you the question of, did you get past episode 1? Because in my personal opinion, I can only give my opinion, I didn't love episode 1. And that may have been more on me than anything else. I think I was spending my whole time trying to figure out who was who. Like, who is Simon? Who is Andrew? Who is Mary Magdalene? Like, who are these people? And I think I spent more time in that than in following the story they gave us. And so I will say, if you've tried The Chosen and you didn't love it, keep watching. Keep watching, because there will come a point where you're just hooked. I know within a couple of episodes I was hooked and I wanted to know exactly how they portray these Bible stories throughout these seasons. Thank you for listening to our review of The Chosen from right here at Home with Miss Joan. I'm Miss Joan's daughter, Jordan. As you can tell, we recommend it. Now, I don't know what type of ranking system a show would use that's mostly cooking and organization. Maybe we would say we give it 5 aprons out of 5 aprons, or we would say we give it 5 banana puddings out of 5 banana puddings. Whatever the ranking system is, we absolutely recommend The Chosen. Please, guys, make sure that you like the video, share, and subscribe to my mom's channel. See you next time.
Should've known we'd bring trouble, trouble gonna find you here.